Hello everyone, I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to make something like a retro or a vintage logo style design like this. And for this one I'm going to use these vectors. This one is from FreePic and you can just find something like this trees on any website, or I will give you this pack to practice. So make sure that you join in my Facebook group for these vectors. Now for this one I'm going to create a badge style design here with a circle kind of shape. For this design I am going to create first of all a shape here, something like a polygon shape, or maybe I can increase on more. Okay, not like that, something like this, a hexagon, something like this in this style maybe. So this is going to be the base of my design here. Now for this one I'm going to, let's bring a ruler here so that it's in the perfect center position. That's good. Now for this one here I'm going to turn this into strokes and pressing shift X. Sorry for that, I need to select this one, press shift X, and shift X will make it into, convert it into a stroke. So this is the main graphic area of my this design. I'm going to use this mountains, something like this, in this position, or maybe a bit bigger in size, just to match with my the stroke here. I want everything to keep inside this shape. For this one here I'm going to place it something like in this area, a little bit. I want it to like go outside of the area a little bit of the shape, but not this much, maybe a bit smaller in size, something like that is good. But I want to keep my mountains visible, so maybe this. Then again I can select everything here, then align them center wise again. Now I don't need this ruler anymore, so let's erase that. Okay, so this is the graphic area of my this design. I want to keep it something like this. Sorry for that. Now yeah, that is good position. Now this mountain I don't want them to be visible through this area, like this horn will be the last area of the mountain. So I'm going to create offset path for my deer horn. Okay, that is too big. Yeah, 10 pixel is good. Okay, and then control X to cut. Now I'm selecting my this mountain vector, and then if I open the transparency, press control F. Control F will make it look like cutout, so that is good. Now this position is looking good. Let's select our this shape, this hexagon, then open the transparency for it, press Ctrl F again, and that will make it something like this. So my this deer horn is on top of everything here, that is good. Let's click here. Now for this mountains, as you can see there are some small areas. Let's select this tree here, cut it. Now I am selecting my mountain, and inside the transparency I will paste it, Ctrl V. Now this time I am not pressing Ctrl F to make it something like this, because I don't want to keep this areas visible, so everything here should be hidden, something like this, like no base line for my mountains. Yeah, that is good. Let's press N for my pencil tool. Now I want to hide this area, that is this small little areas that is visible from here, something like this. It doesn't have to be a very perfect selection like this, just do some rough selection and then it is looking good. Yeah, that is good. Now for this one here, this design here, I wanted to use these two text here, this adventure I am going to make it a bit bigger in size, something like, and then I will use my explorer font here for adventure. Of course the explorer script version of it. You see this kind of script text looks good in this kind of design. Now I am making it a everything here a group. Then if I bring my text here, then I can make it bigger, something like this. Then let's break the font. I don't need this to act like a font anymore, something like this. So this much is good. Let's create a source for our text here, but before that I want to bring this a bit up, something like in this position. That is good. I'm taking my pen tool and then I'm pressing shift X. That will make it stroke. Let's keep it on pixel, that is not a problem here. Let's click here, something like this in this curve way, and then join this with this area. So this is the source. Now I'm pressing shift W for white tool, and with white tool I can make it bigger like this, just a bit bigger. Yeah, that much is good. I'm pressing A for my direct selection tool to bring these areas a little down. I don't want to overlap with my text here, so something like this is good. Let's expand the appearance. Now it is a fill, no stroke. Now I am selecting my this text and my source, pressing shift M for shape builder to erase these extra parts. That is good. Now it is completely matching, so that much is good. Let's select the source and pressing shift E for eraser tool. With eraser tool I'll just erase a little part from here. Yeah, that is good. Now selecting this one and my this text group, let's make them a group. That is fine. Selecting them again, then aligning them center position, in the center position. Now I'm selecting my text here. Go to path, object path and offset path, 10 pixel, Ctrl X to cut it. Now I am selecting this group here, this mountain and vector group here. Then I'm pressing inside the transparency, I'm pressing Ctrl F. Ctrl F will paste that offset path here. Now this is looking like this, but I want to hide these areas. So taking my pencil tool again, and then if I draw an area like this, a shape like this, I can hide whatever I want to hide from here, something like this. Yeah, that is good. Let's hide this area also like this. That is good. Maybe this one also. Okay, not like that. Here I need to make it perfectly, something like this, and then this area. Yeah, that is good. So this is the one part of my design. Now for the second part here, I wanted to create, I am going to use my mountain text here, but for this one I am going to create something like effect here. As you can see, this hexagon, sorry, this shape here. Now our main design is following this hexagon shape, so I'm going to match it with my mountain text. This mountain text I am going to use my Explorer serif version of the font here, or maybe just use the condensed regular font. This is good. Okay, so I want to create it, I want to match it with the shape here. So I am going to take a rectangle here. With the rectangle I am going to create a rectangle like this, just same size, same wide with my original text here. So something like this from this area, and then a bit bigger in this top area. So that is good. Now if I go to my pen tool and then select this add anchor point tool, with this tool I can click on this center position, something like this, on the rectangle only, no, not on the mountains. Okay, this is going to be a bit tricky, so something like this point. Okay, I need to make sure that I'm clicking on this path only, then it will create a point there. And if I take my direct selection tool, with A I can select this anchor point, and then if I bring this up like this in the center position, it is going to match with my this hexagon here, but that is a bit high. Let's bring that a bit down, something like this, and that is good. And just I'm going to keep it as it is right now, or maybe just erase a part from the top, something like this. That is good. Now this mountain text I'm going to break it. I don't need that to act like a font. So Control X, Control B, because I'm going to use my envelope distorter, and for envelope distorter make sure that your text is in back and your shape is on top. So this is in top, this is in back. Let's select them both, go to object, envelope distort, and then make with top. So it is going to fill that shape, and as you can see it is filling that shape with the hexagon shape here. But our this hexagon is basically a stroke here, we created with a stroke. So let's expand it. Once it is expanded like this, we can select this mountain text and align it with the, make it the same width of our design here, maybe a bit down like this, we can think that. So that is good. Now as you can see, this is a really easy way to create a design like this. We can of course add some texture to our design, like add some more elements in it. Now I am going to use another text here. Okay, let's add something like 2021, because 2020 is over, almost over. So it will be a design for 2021. Now for this one here I am going to select everything like this. Okay, as we applied some effect here, the envelope distort effect, we need to expand it. Whenever we are applying any effect, make sure to expand the effect here, or maybe just we can make it same white with our original deer horn. That will give it another look, something like this. But okay, that is not looking good, because I want to keep this text, adventure text, and the mountain text the same white. That is good. Let's use our this text here. Okay, before that let's make them a group. Control G to group. Now for this one here I'm going to break it. Now selecting the group, align that center wise like this. Now maybe a bit up, that is good. I'm going to, okay, let's take a rectangle here with black fill. I'm going to create a rectangle here, and then if I select this corner, round corner options, I can round them like this. Then pressing alt to keep make a copy, selecting these three, center align, and then distribute the space between them. So that is good. Or maybe we can make them a group. Now once they are grouped, we can select everything and align center wise. So this is really easy to make this kind of vintage style logo. Now this is not a logo, we are going to use this as a t-shirt design. And let's add something more to the design. Let's bring some animals. Okay, this area is not looking very good, especially this one. So if I select my this deer horn, only this deer horn, then I can open the transparency for it like this. Now if I take my pen tool here, when my fill color is black, I can simply click here in this area just to hide it, and that is good. Let's select our this shape here. I want to just hide these parts, like inside the transparency. If I take my pencil tool and then draw a shape like this, yeah, that is going to hide those area. And then my this mountain is this mountain text, this is basically filling the hexagon shape. Now here we have the shape, and this part, the mountain, is making that shape. I'm going to use this deer from this vector pack. This is also from FreePic. I will add the vector download links. Now this one I'm going to make it black. Maybe right click transform, then reflect, click OK in this area, something like this. Okay, before that make sure that everything is a group here, like this text, make them a group, no problem. Now let's place the deer, then select everything, center position them again, something like this, in a bit a smaller area, a bit bigger in size. Now for this one here, I'm going to create an offset path for my deer, something like this. That is good. Let's Ctrl X to cut it. Selecting the group, opening the transparency, press Ctrl F to paste in front. So this is just giving me a look of the animal here. That is good. And now this animal, it should not be like standing something like this. So I'm going to select my this vector, this tree pack. This was with the mountain. Let's cut it, Ctrl X. Now I am selecting my this dr vector, because inside the dr or this group we pasted this transparency, the transparency for our this adventure text here. So if I select this group here and then press Ctrl V here, it is going to paste in. Okay, let me just make it complete black. It is going to paste these trees here, something like this. Now I want to make them really smaller. Let's just use this one here. Let's Ctrl X to cut it. I need to select my this deer vector, this deer horn vector, and if I press Ctrl V here, or if I paste anything inside this group here, you can see whatever we pasted inside the transparency of it, that will be automatically applied to our this design, something like this. So we are just creating another tree line here. Now if I keep pressing Ctrl D, it is going to make some copies for me, maybe something like this. Then for this one here, I'm going to make it a bit bigger in size in a upper position, something like this. Just to fill this area. Now for this area here, if we will just need to select this deer horn or this group here. Now let's click here, and as you can see, here is some problem. So if I just click here to select this group, and inside the transparency, whatever shape we pasted, it will be visible here. So these two shape was creating those problems. So that is now looking good. Clicking here, now I can select my these trees here, and then if I make some changes here. Now this part is not really important, but I want to make it look like a perfect work. So I'm taking my pencil tool here to create some black shapes here. Now this time we are not painting inside the transparency, we are painting over the trees here, just to give it a complete fill shape here, as this is inside the transparency. So whatever we will paste here, we will draw here, the transparency effect will automatically applied to them. So this is going to look like this. Now if I double click, it is looking like this. That is good. Let's double click here again to select this group, and inside the transparency, now I am inside the transparency here. I am taking my pencil tool again to hide some of this area, like these parts I don't want, maybe not this one, like this. Yeah, that is good. Okay, this part is not looking very good. Let's erase that. Okay, that much is good. So clicking here, as you can see, now it is giving it a look like a mountain, a baseline here. The deer is standing on that base, and then in the background the mountain. And that's the final design for today's video, guys. I hope you learned something new from this one, especially creating this three layer option, like one with this black tree layer, then another one inside the mountains transparency, that is making this blank area, this empty area, then the mountain. So that's it, guys. Let me know in the comment section if you have any question about the design. If you need the vector file, make sure to check my group. I will share these vector download links in my group, and see you in the next video, guys. Have a great time. Thank you, everyone.